What does it take to disrupt an industry? What does it take to disrupt the software industry? An industry growing and evolving so quickly. Is it time? Is it money? Is it innovation? Is it a great product? Does it take blunt recklessness or careful consideration? What about having vision, passion, and dedication? What about breaking the rules? It takes all of that. But above all, it takes a vibrant community. A community of dedicated and creative people. A community with unparalleled ingenuity and efficiency. From manufacturing industries to service industries. From field services to accounting firms. From retail to e-commerce. From NGOs to education. From small companies to large corporations. Together, we move mountains. This is what makes Odoo unique. A passionate community. Millions of open source developers, partners, and users working together towards a common goal. Making companies a better place, one app at a time. This is how we improve everyone's work life. This is how we give people the tools to do more in less time. This is how, as a community, we disrupt industries. So it's no surprise that we all gather year after year to discuss our future. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Odoo founder and CEO, Fabien Pinckaers.
Wow. Wow, what an audience. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Odoo Experience. It's amazing. We have 12,000 registrations for this event. Can you imagine? We have people coming from all around the world. We have people from the Netherlands. Do you have? Yeah. We have people from Switzerland. From the United States. From India, maybe? Yeah. From Italy? Spain? France? And Belgium? Yeah. Thank you. It's so much energy. I mean, every year we get the energy to build a new version because of this event. It's really a motivation for us to meet the community, to share our passion, to learn from each other, and to gather for a good evening party tonight and tomorrow. All right. So we are all here for something very important, which is the release of the new version. And you know, at Odoo, switch a slide, yeah. And you know what to do. There is something that is very important for us, which is the user of our software. We want every employee to be more efficient. The accountant, the worker, the project manager, everyone, we want it to be efficient. So in that regard, user-friendly is very important. And Odoo is known to be one of the best, years ahead of the competition in terms of performance and usability. But you know what? I think we can go better. And this is the Odoo we are all used to, Odoo 16. That is Odoo 16, and this is going to be the new version, Odoo 17. So it was a bit hard for me to let down the purple background, you know. I kept the sweet, so. But it was important. It looks like a detail, but if you look at it, every icon is better recognizable. The readability is better because the black name of the icon over the white background makes it easier to read. And so our designers review every single application of Odoo to be sure that it gets much cleaner and fresher. So that, for instance, is the dark mode of the dark mode. It's quite clean, too, for the ones who prefer to work in the dark mode. And that was the Kanban view, business opportunities, of Odoo 16. So let's have a look at what this screen is all about in the new version. Here it is. Yes. It looks like a detail. I mean, the font size went from 13 pixel to 14 pixel, one extra pixel. But I can tell you, because I use it for a few weeks, it's way more comfortable, it's great to use. And we succeeded to make everything more readable while not losing space. You have the same content of information on your screen. So let's compare them side by side. As you see, we saved space here and there, like in the header. Despite the fact that everything is a little bit bigger, we show the same content on each screen, which is quite cool. All right, but you know we don't like to do slides at Odoo, we prefer to do real demos. So let's have a look at this new version. Yep. And the problem when you do a real demo is that you have to prepare it. And I forget this one. All right, so not only it's clean and fresher and better, but it's also easy to tailor to your own needs. So let's say you're an accountant and the accounting app is very important for you. Now you can reorder them easily. Just click, move, and you can tailor them the way you want. So that is the Kanban view. We still have the drag and drop, easy drag and drop, ultra-fast interface. But you see now the search is simplified. It's very easy to search, Belgium, let's say on a country. Belgium, country. It's very easy to search, drill down, and now you have a unified search interface. So we save time, and at the same time, it's easier to, okay, let's just say I want to group by country, and then I want only the mine, or I want to only the one we won. And so now you have one search interface to manage everything rather than different menus, which is much easier. Takes less space, much easier. This is what we like. And everything gets better. Shortcuts has been improved massively too. So let's say I want to go to a specific project. Just one click, I'll go to the home page. Project, I'll go to the project. With the arrow, I can navigate to my project. Enter, and I'm in the project. Then I want to switch to the list view. List, and I go to the list view. Want to select some, just key down and you select some. Shift key down and you select some record. And then I want to assign this task to someone. Let's say to demo user. All these tasks, boom, they receive the demo user. So now the shortcuts are contextual. And can you imagine the productivity of your accountant or your salespeople when they can work as fast as this? It sometimes is a game changer. All right, so in order to have a look at these new features, let's drill down and let's start a business together. So we'll start from nothing, and we'll build a company together with everything we need in order to grow an international company. And usually when we do that, you can choose. You can start with a store, social marketing campaign, open some CRM, sales phone, or maybe a website. Odoo has application for everything you want, so it's very easy to decide where you want to start. And for my journey today, I will start with the website builder. So let's go. So you're ready to build a perfect website with me? Yeah? Let's do it. So we'll build a business website for a furniture store. Let's say a bar and restaurant furniture store to get more leads. And with a few questions, our artificial intelligence will automatically select for me and build the website for me. So I can choose page, as many pages as I want, and they will all be built according to my industry, my colors, my design. So in just a few seconds, I get some proposition. So you don't need to start from nothing, and let's go with this one. And now we have integration with ChatGPT, and it will create the whole website and every page for you according to your industry, your colors, or your specific choice. So in just a few seconds, you'll get your website up and running very easily. Here it is. So you see now we have a furniture concept store. Our mission is to create a welcoming atmosphere with our furniture. We have handcrafted furniture, high-quality furniture, and eco-friendly materials. Everything is adapted to my industry, including the About Us page and everything I selected during the process. So it gets much faster to kick off your own website. And let's say you want to modify this page. Nothing is more easy than that. Let's remove this one. I don't like this block. And we can use blocks. We have new building blocks. Let's drag and drop this one. And very easy like this, I get blocks on the page. And just drag and drop, and you can, okay, let's say this picture is better here. Maybe a little bit bigger or like this. So it's very easy to organize the content the way you want. And then you make it yours. Let's say we sell furniture in New York, the best furniture in New York, let's say. But you know, I'm not a copywriter. I can write stuff like that, but I'm not as good as a professional copywriter. So if I want to improve the text, just select the text, click on our artificial intelligence, and just like that, the system will propose you some alternatives for the text you selected. So it proposed, discover the finest furniture in New York. Ah, yeah, it's better. Finest is cleaner than the best. So I'll go with this one. I'll just change, and there it is. And so just like that, you can optimize your website with professional content very easily. You can also yeah. Or if you want, you can write full paragraphs. So let's say I want to explain my furniture business here. I don't know. Can use the slash command. We have plenty of options, /ChatGPT. And I can ask a question. Write an introduction paragraph for a eco-friendly furniture store. Oh. And I can ask him to do stuff, and he will fill in my website for me. That's good, but I think make it shorter. Make it so that I will have a paragraph which is shorter. That's perfect. And then I can insert it in my website. OK, let's go further. This New York is very important for me because I'm in a local business, so I want to emphasize on that. And I want my website to stand out from the other websites. So I will use highlights. Highlights, and now I can highlight easily my text, like this, maybe with a light color, like this, and you can create very simple effect like this in a few seconds. You can change colors, strokes, so you will really have a website that doesn't look like it's built by your website builder. Let's go further. Maybe I want to add a picture of my best furniture, so I insert a picture, choose a furniture. You can use your royalty-free database of image, so you don't even need to upload your own picture. You can say, OK, I want a picture of a lounge bar or something like that, and it will ask our database of picture, and then you select the one you prefer. Let's go with this one. One of the new improvements of this version is that now, you see, we support WebP image format, which is here. So the original picture that I selected, it was 373 kilobytes. But because Odoo resized it automatically to the exact size on the screen, and because he converted it to WebP, it's now 95 kilobytes. So we ensure that your website is super fast. You know that when we reduce the speed of loading a page from 4 seconds to 2 seconds, you increase the conversion rate of your sales by 20% on any e-commerce. So it's very important to have a website that is fast. Let's go further. This image is great, but I want a website that is really stand out. So maybe we can use shapes. I go to shape, and now we have a lot of new shapes where you can easily highlight whether it's animated shapes or regular shape. You can easily highlight your image. And I will go with maybe this one. And you can create a cool effect like this, like if we are looking through a window. And we'll go further. And now we will animate that. So we used to have the on-appearance and on-scroll animation. Now we have also the on-hover animation. So I click here, and I select the animation I want. So let's say a zoom with a higher intensity. And now you will see when I will put my mouse over the picture, I have this cool effect automatically appearing. So even though you are not a designer, you can design websites that are very good. And I think it's important because most entrepreneurs are not designers. But when you want to launch a marketing campaign, launch a landing page, or whatever you need, it's important to be able to do it easily and like I'm doing here. All right, let's go further. Now I have my home page. It's great. It also works on mobile. And on mobile, we also adapted everything. Now you can change what makes visible, the font size. You see the font size here? It's been reduced because it's on mobile. Because if I would have used the same font size, it's going to be like 5 lines of text. And here I have only one picture, because these 3 pictures here On mobile, that doesn't look very good, so we keep only one. Perfect. So let's go further. Now we want to create a new page. Just click on New. You can select product page if you want to sell online, or job position if you want to make an offer, or a page. And when you select something, you now have templates of page ready to be used, according to your design, using the colors that you like, and according to your industry, with the right text coming from ChatGPT and everything. So you start from a template in just a few minutes, whatever the page you want to do. So you could choose, OK, I want a service page, or I want let's go with this service page. And boom, just like that, my page is ready, and I can start fine-tuning it. All right. So now we have this great website builder. We launch the website builder. What happens next? Because the website is so great, I start to have customers calling in. I start to get inquiries. And now I have to recruit salespeople to answer all these person and convert that and make some quotations. So for that, the good news is that Odoo is the only platform on the market which is truly multi-channel. You can have sales from the e-commerce, from the CRM for your salespeople, point of sale, you shop in the store, Amazon, eBay, Flipkart, whatever, everything integrated in a single platform out of the box. You basically have nothing to do, no different software to connect. It really works out of the box. So that really helps companies to expand. Because nowadays, if you have a store and you are not selling on sales platform, not having a good support for your salespeople or a point of sale for your shop, you are lacking something. So, all right, so we have all these clients that are contacting us. And because they contact us, as they fill the website form, they end up in our CRM. And that is the tool that our salespeople will use to track and follow up on the inquiries we get from customers. So I am here in my pipeline. And let's have a look at some opportunities. For instance, this one, I will move it here, a proposition. I click on it, and you see here, now on every document, we tell you how long this document was in every stage. So we know that this customer started as a new opportunity, stayed 8 minutes there, then 1 day later to qualified, then 13 hours to make a proposition to this customer. Oh, and we can go further. We have the discussed thing here, and you see the customer, he wrote to me in French. I don't speak French. So what I can do, translate, and boom, you translate on the fly. So now you can interact with customers all around the world from the same platform, from the website or the CRM, using the system, and everything auto-translates, content are generated, and so on. Let's make a quotation now, but before that, I'll tell you a story. We know at Odoo we are growing like crazy. We are recruiting 1,500 employees this year. So that means a lot of office that we have to renovate and build. We are constantly building new offices. Sometimes I feel like we are in a real estate agency. And when you do that, you have to ask subcontractors for air conditioning, for lighting, for the floor, for the roof, and you need to do a lot of things. And I can tell you how it usually happens. You call a few subcontractors. They come with their sheet of paper. They look everywhere in your office. OK, you need these 10 tables there, 20 chairs, we need some electricity there. And then they come back, and then they tell you you will get the offer in 1 week. So you are 1 week. And then you wait, and I would say 50% of the subcontractors we called, they never make a quotation. It's too much effort for them. So that is a main issue. They come, they meet us, they waste time, our time and their time, and then they don't do a quote because it's too much work and just complex. Let's have a look at how simple it is to do a quote with Odoo. So let's say I want to do a quote to this customer. Just click New Quotation. 1 click. Then I will do a second click. I click here on this new feature, which is the catalog. And now I have my catalog of products. And when I visit the customer, I could say, OK, you want this one, you want a corner desk, you want some large desk here, a conference chair, I need 4. Maybe you need a large meeting table. And just like that, in a few minutes, you have a quotation with 10 different lines. And what I like about this interface is that it just works on tablets. So now you don't even need to come back and say, I will answer a quotation to you in 1 week. You come with your tablet, you say you need this, 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 you prefer this chair or this chair? Okay, 4 of this one, tack, tack, tack. And you send the quotation by email right away after the meeting. It's a big saving of time. But then what happened? Then you receive the quotation, you are like, oh yeah, that's a good subcontractor. I got a quotation with him. And then you get that. And they do it, I don't know if they do it in spreadsheet or Word or whatever, but it's usually what you get when you receive a quotation from a subcontractor. And I can tell you, I asked our office management team to send me 10 quotations. They all looked like this, more or less. And this one is a good one. Huh? They even put picture, huh? You see? Yeah, it's not convincing after you have to commit on a $50,000 contract and you get that. I mean, it's not very professional. So let's see how Odoo can help you. In 1 click, you can send the quotation by email, no effort. Or if you prefer, you can print it right away, and that's what we'll do. And this is the quotation you will get from Odoo. You ready? Boom. So this is your quotation 44 for Deco Addicts, with some information about the company, when you will be delivered, with a product sheet about all the products that are, the main products that are in the quotation, like large table meetings, the price, of course, track records of your customer reference, and the terms and conditions. What I love about this system is that it's super easy. The way it works is just clever. It's super simple. What we do, we put a PDF header, this one. Then we concatenate all product sheets for the products where we have a PDF. Then we put the pricing page, and then we have a PDF footer, which is a static footer plus fields. And in this PDF, sometimes I have to prepare better my presentation. Where is it? Skip D. I will show you how the PDF looks like. So that was the header. So I use a PDF editor, but you can use Acrobat if you prefer. It's the same. In the PDF, we put fields like this, which are regular PDF fields. It's a feature of PDFs where you can put some content. And then you decide on the fields, you put name, like this is for the quotation name, this is for the partner name, this is for the delivery date. And so every customer can build beautiful quotation like this on their own, because the technology is super simple. So now imagine, put yourself in the shoes of the customer. You get 3 offers. 2 of them are like this. And then you get that. Which one do you choose? And you know what? Even if this one is 10% or maybe 15% higher, I believe you still choose this one. So imagine that with just this simple feature, you can get 15% higher margins. It's good, huh? All right, so now we have this great website, and this website connects automatically with my CRM. So now my salespeople can manage their opportunities, do quote on site, and send beautiful quotation to their clients. What is the next step? But now we want to open a store. The business is successful. Maybe we go on the street and we open a shop. And the good thing with Odoo is that all those things perfectly integrate to each other. So let's go to a shop, and I create a new session. And I open the new session. So it's a shop for retailers, so I can sell very easily. Now imagine that I am on a tablet. And on the tablet, the shop scan, or they click what you need. So here I have a customizable product with different options. So now we support multiple options in the attributes of Odoo. Or we also have here Office Combo. It's a combination, so I have a unique price for a set of products. So if I have to pick one here and one here, and chairs, and that creates automatically a combo. And this one has a variant like this. So we have a product configurator inside the point of sale system. And then the customer can pay, and you know the rest of the flow. All right. So we have this point of sale. But the major improvements in the point of sale system that we have done in Odoo is for the retailer, but also for the bars and the restaurants. So there we have a lot of new features too. And for that, I just have to check if my laptop is ready. Yes. OK. All right. So now we have for the restaurant, we have everything we need to run also your restaurant in addition to the retailers. And let's start with the kiosk, where a customer can order themselves. You can do it in a regular store or in a restaurant. It's very easy. You can set up your different offers on the screen, and it slides every X seconds. And then you can just click and start ordering something. So maybe I want a Coke, a Sprite, and I'll just order. These ones are free, so it's easy. And I get an order and the ticket. And now, automatically, you see on the top there, you have what we call the kitchen display. Now in the bar or in the kitchen, the person knows exactly what they have to prepare. So instead of having the cook have all this small sheet of paper in the kitchen and the waiter bringing the things to the cook, you get everything on the screen, on a tablet, and all they have to do is to click to say it is done. Like this. Thank you. Let's do one more. We can do combo. So if I go here, I order, and I get a menu. So the same combo I showed you there, I can get it as a menu. So I get a combo with a burger and a drink. I have to choose my burger, and then I have to choose my drink. That's good. Order. Pay. Oh, I have to pay this one. It's not free. So it's basically integrated with the payment terminal. So I swipe my card, and just like that, my order is going to be ready. It appears lifetime here. And then you sit, you go at your table, and you start eating and drinking, and then you want something else. You need a Coke. And usually, what you say, you try to catch the waiter. Hey, 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 hey. And nobody likes to do that. You feel awkward to say, come, I need to order a Coke for my kid. So what you have now, we have a lot of yes. You can put a QR code on the table, just like that. And now the customer can do a self-order from their own mobile. It also works for a regular shop. So they just scan the QR code, and they will get an interface where they can see their orders, and they can order now. So let's order. So I get a Coke, coffee, and a Fanta. Order, same table, and boom, it's done. It happens also in real time in the kitchen table, so the people can prepare the order. This kitchen table system also works for a regular shop, like IKEA. You place your order, you need some furniture, and then someone in the warehouse prepares the order for you. So that is the preparation screen where they can prepare the order for regular store. All right, so let's have a look into the details. And we have a small video that recaps everything we have for point of sale, because we have way more than this that we will show you now. So every actor in the videos are Odoo employees, and all the locations are our own office, so excuse us, we are not professional actors. All right, so now we start to have a good company with a sales engine. We have a website, point of sales, CRM on the phone with a good CRM tool where they can do quotation very easily. What's the next step? We want our company to become even better. Next step is to improve the communication you do with customer. You know the time where you do everything on the phone? It's finished. Now people have different channels of communication. They use social network, they use emails, live chat, they go on your website, they expect an answer right away. They can do WhatsApp, they contact you on WhatsApp, they get support and everything. And Odoo is the only multi-channel sales communication tool that allows to manage all these things. And everything relies on the application Odoo Discuss. So on this version, we did a lot of things on Odoo Discuss in order to improve it. So Discuss is the chat tool that you have everywhere in Odoo. So let's get on an opportunity. For instance, this one here. Let's say I want to talk to this salesperson about this opportunity. Could click, view his profiles if you need more information, or chat directly with him right away. So it's very easy. We can chat with him. And then in Odoo Discuss, we did a lot of improvement. You could, for instance, search old message, hello, and then you get the old message and you can jump right on it. Or you could say, I want to record a voice memo. You just click record. Hello, please come to Odoo Experience. It's a great event. And you post it. You can, yeah, the sound is not plugged, but it should work. And then we have attachment, so you can do video conference like this. Let's turn on my camera, and maybe I can also share my screen, and you can do both together. Or I want it full screen, like this. And all of these features work also on live chat. So imagine a customer coming in on your website, and you can continue working Odoo. That's great. So he comes on your website, ask question support. You can have a real conversation with him like this, and at the same time, go and create the quotation about everything he needs. It's super powerful. So there have been a lot of improvement in Odoo Discuss. It's a great event. They turned the sound on. Hello, please come to Odoo Experience. So we have made a lot of improvements like that to Odoo Discuss. So it serves discussion with your own employees, but also with customer. And Discuss centralizes messages from everywhere. So if the customer sends you an SMS, it happens in a chat pop-up like this. And then you can answer, he receives an SMS. If he calls to live chat, it pop-ups like this, you can answer, and he receives the message over the website. And, new feature, if he contacts you on, by the way, before, we now support 500 plus attendees, because we have centralized server in addition to peer-to-peer. We improve massively video quality, push-to-talk, blur background, raise hand, all the features you expect from a video conferencing system. And in addition to that, we plugged more platforms like WhatsApp. And in order to show you how it works, you haven't seen it already. So, OK, let's go. We have a cool video to show you how it works.
Hi, I'm Krina from Cake Cottage, and today I will show you why I love Odoo's WhatsApp connector. Here's Mishika. She's a wedding planner. As she's looking to buy a cake, she lands on our website. In one click, she contacts us on WhatsApp.
Hi, do you customize cakes for weddings?
Incoming messages are sent to people subscribed to the WhatsApp channel. Yes, check out our wedding cakes menu. As she's a wedding planner, we should keep in touch. With the Odoo's /lead shortcut, I can register her to Odoo CRM.
Hey, I really like the couple cake. Please make sure there are no nuts in it.
When a customer makes special requests, I can notify the baker by adding them to the conversation. With customer service, online sales explode. We even send the order confirmation on WhatsApp. And I can use templates to communicate easily. And you know what's great? Every Odoo app is integrated with WhatsApp. And to promote the event, I send a batch of messages to hundreds of leads instantly.
So basically, WhatsApp benefits from all the power of Odoo Discuss, and you have one central way to communicate with your clients, whether it's through SMS, WhatsApp, email, live chat. It's very easy for your salespeople. They have multiple touch points, but one user interface for you. All right, so now we have this good company. We can sell through the website, the point of sale, the quotes. We can organize communication efficiently to upsell or cross-sell client or to do after-sale services. The next step now is, because you are selling like crazy with such a good tool, is to organize the logistic. Now we have to deliver the clients. And so for that, let's have a look at how we will handle this in this new version. So let's close this chat session, sales. And we'll create a quotation for, let's say, a table. Or let's say 3 tables, like this. And you see here, the small icon, it's red, because I don't have the 3 tables available in my inventory right now. So I can click and I get the information. I have only 1 unit available. But I can click on the forecast, and I get the forecast of this, and I want the manufacturing forecast. So I get the manufacturing forecast across all the levels on what it takes to manufacture, let's say, 3 units. And I see that 3 units, I don't have them now because I'm lagging some customer legs, table legs, but that I will buy to Wood Corner, and they're going to arrive in 3 days. But if I need 30, then it's a different story because I'm missing other parts. So you can easily simulate in real time what you can offer to your clients. So 3, I can do it. November 11 is good for my clients, so I can confirm the sale, go back to my quotation, and say, OK, 3 tables is going to be ready in 4 days. And just like that, it's confirmed. All right. So now let's have a look at the forecast another time, because now it's confirmed. You see here that in order to deliver the customer, it will do 1 delivery order, because we have 1 table that is available on stock. And it created a manufacturing order to produce the 2 tables that are missing. So let's have a look at this manufacturing order. And we see here, my manufacturer is ready, but some table legs are missing. I need 8. To produce 2 tables, I need 8 legs. So let's have a look at the overview. And now I have an overview of the manufacturing order. And it tells me where the problem is. You know, when you have a lot of manufacturing order with lots of levels and sub-bombs and multiple operations. And in 1 click, you can fix the issue. OK, I have 8 products to order. I just click here, and I confirm, and it's ordered. So my purchase order is ready to be sent to my vendor. And I can send it right away and receive the different products. So this product requires some serial number, so it's a lot number, so I'll put a serial number and validate. And so you have a perfect overview of the whole supply chain, the manufacturing, the deliveries, the receipt, and you can act in real time. We sometimes forget about it, but you know, most of the ERP or MRP system, they have a scheduler that runs during the night. So this kind of thing is basically impossible for them. They have to confirm the order and then wait for tomorrow, come back and say, oh, you have 8 missing. Confirm the purchase, come back tomorrow, wait for the scheduler. Here, everything is real time. You have forecasts, you have simulation, and you can act upon real time when you have your customer over the phone. So it's very efficient. But what I like the most about logistics is the new application we just developed, is the shop floor application. You see this icon? So imagine now that you are in a shop floor with all the workers manufacturing your different products, and you put a tablet at a different work center. And that's going to be the shop floor app. So imagine now that I'm in the manufacturing area. I have this tablet, and I have 4 workers, multiple work center. I can see all the manufacturing order in progress, or I can zoom to 1 work center and check what this work center is doing. And then workers could say, OK, Jeffrey, click on his name, or scan, and say, I will work on that. Ernest will work on that. Or even, Beth will help Jeffrey, and 2 people will work on the same work order. And that's good because you can have all your workers, and for them it's very easy. They come to the tablet, say tuk, 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 and they register what they do. But in addition to tracking what they do, we also allows them to, we help them by providing the work instruction in the shop floor. So here, I see all the steps I have to do to manufacture the 2 tables that are missing. So the first one is to generate a serial number. Click, generated, and it prints automatically. Because of the IoT box, we control the machine, so the worker has nothing else to say. Just click, and then on the tablet, and the machines are set up. And then if you want to go further, he has instruction. Now you should do that. And here I have a quality control, so I have to take a picture of my table to be sure it's well done. Let's do it. Usually it's connected to a camera. And he can process the steps one by one. So now he's telling me to do this, and then I have to do that. Next. And you can integrate your different quality control work instruction directly in the tablet for the shop floor. And at the end, I should print the label, and the printer prints the label automatically. Here it is. And just like that, they can control the whole efficiency of the manufacturing order. You can have one tablet for multiple work centers, because it's very easy. You switch from one work center to another, or you can add more work centers if you have. And you can have multiple users per work center, so someone can say, OK, I'm going to work on this one, and the time is clocking again on this one. So you have perfect control of all the operation you do on the shop floor with a few tablets, and they all have the instruction about what they want to do. And it's even better than that. They can register whatever they want on this. They can do a worksheet improvement. You know, usually it's called feedback loop in the manufacturing industries. The workers that are doing the manufacturing, they know better than you what are the fine-tunings we can do in the process. So what they can do, they can suggest an improvement, and they can add a picture. Let's say, I prefer to do the process that way. They send a picture, or they write a note, or they recommend a new step. And this is sent automatically to the PLM, so that the manufacturing engineers can review the process and decide if we implement their recommendation. So you have a full feedback loop from the worker to the engineers to improve your manufacturing process right from the shop floor with a very easy tablet. All right, so we have a small video to recap on this one, because it's very much in the context.
Welcome to Pluo, where stands for exhibitions, museums, and point of sale are designed and manufactured on site. I'm Amy Caroline, and in this video, we'll see how Odoo's manufacturing execution system will help them simplify their manufacturing operations. So let's jump in. All right, here we are back at my desk. As a production manager, I use the list of manufacturing orders to be able to easily see which components we're missing, and I do that using the component status column. So here I see we're missing some items for the stand assembly OXP23. This is a really big project, so let's take a closer look. I'm going to go to the manufacturing order overview, where I can easily see any issues across operations. So here I see I need to replenish my product paint, so let's go ahead and do that. Now I can click on this icon to be able to compare my vendors. So in this case, Azure Interior is a bit more expensive, but they will be able to get me the product sooner. So I'm going to set them as my supplier. When I confirm this, a request for quotation is created and ready for my colleagues at the purchase department. I can also access it from here if I would like to. Now we also need to replenish a custom item that we manufacture here. Let's go ahead and click on Replenish. I'm going to create this manufacturing order for CNC cutting to ensure on-time production. Now allow me to introduce you to our cutting machine operator. Hi, Matthew. To produce the custom parts we need, Matthew first records the wood panel lot number directly with his barcode scanner, and then launches the CNC production. Beautiful. Once the CNC production is complete, Matthew taps the screen to record the 4 sheets that were produced. Now that we have all the parts, we can start the stand assembly process. The new shop floor application is great for managing work orders on site. Matthew now switches to his work center to review the next work orders, then starts recording the production. For the assembly process, Matthew simply follows the steps one by one on the screen, and if he needs more information, he can open the worksheet with detailed instructions. Now that the production is complete, Matthew can go on a well-deserved coffee break before moving on to the next step. All right, time to get back to work. For this step, the team requests a quality check. Since the shop floor app is fully integrated with the quality app, the operator can record the result directly on the tablet. Finally, the operator takes a picture of the finished product, which is always useful for pre-approval by the customers, and that's it. He can now close the work order. That was simple, but the app has all you need to run your shop floor like a pro. You can trigger a maintenance request, scrap materials, send feedback to manufacturing engineers, dispatch work orders to other stations, and so on. With the shop floor application, it's super easy to keep track of the progress of your manufacturing orders. And if a client requests last-minute change, no worries. In fact, in our case, our customer would like to change the paint color of their stand. So let's go ahead and add a new paint job to the manufacturing order. We're going to call this paint job. For the work center, I'm going to select painting line 1. And I'm going to assign this to John. And just like that, he's notified that he has a new job at his station. And we're done. Good job, guys. With this range of new functionalities, Odoo's manufacturing execution system can help you improve and simplify your manufacturing operations. So sign up for a free database and try today.
I often have people who say, but how come do you innovate so much at Odoo? And I think here we have witnessed one of the tactics we use to speed up our innovation at Odoo is the cross-application innovation. Do you see this shop floor application? It's actually exactly the same than the kitchen display we showed you before on the point of sale, with the tickets, and you can validate the tickets and the steps on the tickets. And this is something we often do at Odoo. The kitchen display, we didn't invent it. Other vendors do the same, and we just copied the idea, and we did a great kitchen display fully integrated with the kiosk and the point of sale and the mobile phone. So we just did that. And once we did that, we said, because once we do something in Odoo, it works easily on all the other apps, we said, but actually this interface is very good. We should use it for manufacturing too. And now we plug this interface on the manufacturing, and we have a real innovation, because we are the only one to do that level of innovation for Industry 4.0, because of that kind of idea. And this is something we do a lot at Odoo. We take an idea, apply it to everything, and then it creates innovation very easily. All right. So now we have this company, which is very good at selling, at organizing the communication, at manufacturing the products we need. So now it's time to improve our internal processes or deliver after-sales service to our clients. And for that, we'll use the new service application. So I go to the app project here that we all know, and I'll go to this project. All right, so first, we improved now the different status on the task. You can easily say on a task if it's approved, or if it requires a change request, or if it's done. When it gets done, it's disappear. It's not disappeared yet, but at the next reload, this task will disappear because it's done. You can, of course, make it come back by showing the closed tasks. So we improved the different stage on tasks, and that allows me to show you something else with Odoo Studio. Now, if you want to automate, so maybe when I get this task, let's say here, I want this to be done, to be marked as done automatically. You know, when I drag and drop, it's not marked as done. It just stays as it is. So if you want to automate something in Odoo, and it works in every application at Odoo, very easy, use the automation mechanism of Odoo Studio. So you click on the done column, and you create a new automation. And that will allow you to trigger anything. Send an email, send a WhatsApp message to the client, your task is done, create a trigger or whatever. So we create a new. When the stage is set to done, we create a new action, which is to set the state of the task. You can search to all the fields and even do a drill down. I will set the state to done. just like that. Come back to my project. And now, when I will drag and drop here, boom, it's green. You see? And that allows you to tailor every process efficiently. Like if a task is late, I want to send an email. I want to send a warning with WhatsApp to my client because his project is ready. And you can automate a lot of tasks with this approach. All right, let's continue on the project. Here I have a task that is interesting. You see the 0 entry? It's because we have subtasks to this task here. So I can easily have different subtasks, and I could say, OK, this subtask is approved. This one requests a change. This one, I will assign it to this user, and this one to him and him. And now you have subtasks directly available in the Kanban view. So of course, when you go to the task, you see the same lead time that I showed you in the CRM. It's also part of an innovation. We did it for CRM, and it applies automatically in the project management application. So we see that this task has been 1 minute in new, and then 23 hours in progress. And then on task, we can go further. For every project, you need different kind of information. So what we can do is here, go here, and let's say I will create new properties, add properties. And then I can add properties, which is, what is your Odoo license? I don't know, license, which is a selection field. And these properties will be based on the project you are on. So if I go to different projects, I won't have these properties, but all the tasks of this project will have the following properties, and I want to show that on the Kanban view. So now you can customize your form very easily, and I will put the number of users here as an integer field. And just like that, you customize your task easily. And if I go to the next task, I can set some data. That's a community one, that's an enterprise one, and that's an enterprise one. And so you can also customize the workflows, but also every screen to adapt to your things. It works on everything. Huh? It works on a product, some characteristic of product, on a lot number, like expiry date, duration, information about the material used in the lot. Everything can be customized the way you want. On employees, from one country to another, you want to store different information on an employee form. Properties are very useful. And these properties now work everywhere. So you could see here that in the Kanban view, I decided to show the Odoo Enterprise, so the license, but not the number of users. So we see here, Odoo Enterprise. But I can go to a list view, list view. And from the list view, if I want, I can activate the license column. So now you can have properties in the list view. You can have it too on the search view. So let's say I want to search on all the enterprise tasks. I go in properties on the Odoo license, and I get all the tasks in enterprise. And I also can check on group by. I want to group by license. And I have my task, group by license. And then after that, I want to group by stage, like this. So everywhere, you have perfect. And you know what's cool, too, is let's say I will filter on enterprise. Enterprise, I check these ones, like this. Now, you can click on any filter to modify it. Just click on it, change that. All right. And let's go to my task. And obviously, ChatGPT is integrated everywhere. So here, what are the steps to create a meeting note for furniture business? I don't know. I write anything, and then it can prepare the content for my task automatically. You can use that to have recommendation for when you write an email, when you create a task, and then I can fill up the data in my task right away. So it's basically available everywhere in Odoo. All right. And now, will provide a solution for the main problem of any service company. Managing project and task and budget, easy. There is one thing that is very difficult and that is critical to any service company. It's the timesheet and the billing rate. I'm sure there are service companies in the room. It's very hard to get your timesheet right, to be sure that you have a good billing rate and you follow up on your team so that they fill up the timesheet and they have a good billing rate. Good news, we have a solution for you. So now if I go to the timesheet, you see here, I have even firecrackers because I'm the number one. We now have visibility on where you are on your target of billing rates. So you see the 1 to 3, and you see that I have done 25 hours out of the 150 I should do this month, so it's only the beginning of the month, and I timesheeted 42 hours. So we give visibility in the timesheet script on the billing rate and on the timesheet ratio to be sure that nobody forgets. And we even do a leaderboard. You can click to get more information, to be sure that we motivate people to do better. Obviously, it's optional. Some companies will like, others won't. And you can have this leaderboard by billing rate or by total timesheet that have been registered. And there are some fun animations, so we gamified it, like firecrackers and everything, if you are the number one, so it's really interesting. All right. So we improved also the portal, e-signature, planning, everything, but I won't have time to show you everything, so let's move on. And now we'll go to the knowledge management application. Now that you start to have all this stuff to communicate efficiently, you want to build a knowledge base for your clients. And this knowledge base will be accessible from everywhere. So for instance, if I am on a CRM, right from here, I can call knowledge base like this. I want the sales playbook. I want a template here to qualify clients. And I have my template loaded right in my opportunity or my tasks. So that is the good thing with the knowledge management system. It's perfectly integrated with Odoo. And so because it's so cool, we improved it a lot. It starts with templates. Now we have templates that are available for you out of the box, where you can really kick off very quickly your own knowledge. And you can build your own template too. So for instance, here I can get this template, which is a catalog of tiny houses. Load the template. Boom, and I have a template ready, which is a database. I have 2 houses now of houses. Or let's add a cover. It's better with some covers, yes. And now you have a database of houses that you can build with different properties that you can manage on your database, and a file like this. So that's template, but you can also use ChatGPT, same thing, everywhere. Write a short it's something easy. Write a short hello message like this. We also added the capabilities of checking the revisions. So this is my page, but I can see how it was before and have a comparison of what changed. You see between every version, you see what have changed. So you have revisions of everything you do in your knowledge pages. We also have the ability to comment, perfect model, and so people can collaborate and say, what is the price? Can you add more information? And so people can easily collaborate on the different knowledge, and another person will come and answer to that. So you basically have all the features, or you also have, I won't go into every single detail, but drag and drop. Let's say that this database of houses you want to drag and drop and make it here, just like this, and you drag and drop very easily. Yep. The alternative system works too, so if I check here, and I have the AI too, so you can also select, ask for alternatives, and it will generate alternatives based on what's selected. And on the alternatives, you could say, OK, I want something big lantern. And then you will have longer alternatives. OK, this one is good. And I insert it in my page. All right. And now that we have all this company, we have the sales that are working, the logistics, the communication, the after-sales service, we start to have a very, very good company. Next step is to have our accounting and reporting right. And for that, I ask you to applause to welcome Winant, our accounting expert who will show us how to do accounting.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So let's get started because we have a lot to talk about. And first of all, let's get some updates in accounts payable. Therefore, I'm going to start in our document application. And as you can see over here, I already received in my inbox a mail, a daily mail of our third-party provider that scans all our paper mail and sends it to a predefined email alias. And thanks to the new thumbnail, you can directly see that this is a multi-page. So first things first. Let's open our split view and see how I can easily split this document. Because splitting a huge document can be a pity, because you have to click between all the different pages in order to split and to merge them. So we have some great new keyboard shortcuts over there. And if you want to know about them, like usual, just type Ctrl-K, and you can see all of them right over here. So let's have a look on how these work. First of all, well, you can use Ctrl-A now in order to select all of them, and type S in order to split or unsplit all of your documents right away. So let's have a look and split these documents. First of all, I will unselect them, and well, these three first seems to be bills, so I'll keep them and send them to the finance department. After that, I can see, well, this seems to be a fine with 3 pages, and in one single click, I can merge them all together and send them to our fee department. And last but not least, these seem to be marketing pamphlets. I can send them right away to marketing, and all my document is split right away. So let's have a look at the bills and dive into the finance and accounting folder and use our shortcuts to point out the new bills that I have to process. Also here, I can easily tap Ctrl-A to select all of them. And so first of all, some updates in the actions. Because as you can see on the right side, accountants can now create miscellaneous entries as well as bank statements based upon received documents. And in order to make it crystal clear where they will arrive into your accounting, you can now link them to your preferred journals. Like me over here, I have 2 different vendor bills journals, one for my direct costs and one for indirect. I can directly click over here, send it to accounting, we split them in 3 different bills, and they are already sent to our OCR in order to capture all the information out of there. So before we see the power of the OCR, let's go back one step, because there is one more feature I wanted to point out over here. Having a great document system means that you want to be able to easily search across all of your different documents. So that's why, as from now on, when you send your bills through the OCR, we also keep the index content so that you can easily search on it. For example, if I want to search for my recently bought Apple TV, I can just look for the index content, and I can directly point over here all the bills that contain Apple TV. And it also works for images. So let's continue and let's have a look at what the OCR has found in my different bills. When I open accounting, I can see I have 3 over here. Well, no surprise. Of course, the OCR has captured everything. So let's dive into here and let's have a look at the 3 different bills. The first one is for car expenses. By the way, did you know that you can easily link all your vehicles over here and link the expenses to your cars so that you can track expenses for all of your different cars? But that's not what I wanted to point out over here. First of all, let's talk about security. Security has always been part of our highest priorities. And that's why last year, we already introduced the first version of our scamming protection, so that every single bank account that you added needed to be validated before being used for outgoing payments. Well, this year, we went 2 steps further. So let's have a look at our untrusted Wise account over here. When I click over there, we will directly point it out if there is a risk involved. If you want to know why, just click on Check Why, and we will open our brand new page explaining all of our scamming protection. So this is a money transfer service, so we wanted to make sure that you verify it very well before you validate it. But of course, if you're okay, you can validate the account and be used for outgoing payments. But I was able to do it because I have the rights. Also here are some great improvements because we have now a real segregation of duties. You define who in your organization can validate outgoing bank accounts. It's super cool. So let's jump back and validate this bill. Let's use our keyboard shortcuts in order to go to the second one. And the second one is a very important one because this is one for Publiroute. You cannot see it over here because it's a little bit too small. But these are recurring costs. These are our marketing expenses from February till January 2024. So that means deferred expenses. And that was already working very well before. But our accountants had sometimes difficulties to understand why they needed to process the bills on their balance sheet account instead of their preferred P&L accounts. So that's why basically we threw it all away and we redesigned it from scratch. It's way more easy now because you can easily add a start and ending date. And based upon the date, we will compute all of the deferrals out of the box for you. So let's fill in here. The 1st of February till, well, the 31st of January 2024. So just by adding the start and end date, when I confirm them, we will process all of the deferred entries out of the box for you in a single click. And here, it works based upon the invoice validation. If you are a large company, of course, you want to do that at closing rate. So you have the opportunity as well to create one single entry and globalize all entries together. And by the way, if you're using it as a deferred revenue and you use our subscription application, start and end dates will automatically be filled in. So let's go back and go to the third bill. And well, this one seems very easy. Of course, the account and the tax code is filled in, but we went a little bit too fast. This is not a vendor bill, this is a credit note, but Odoo was smarter than me. Our OCR is now capable to define if it's a credit note and switch it automatically for us in order to avoid any mistakes. So if you confirm this one, we will use a sequence in the credit notes instead of the vendor bills. Okay, now that we're done processing the vendor bills, let's talk about payments. And payments is one of my favorite new features in Odoo 17. We now make it very easy and we cover all of your different payments. As you can see over here, the view is way more easy to be used, and we base it now based upon the invoice lines, which means that we cover installments on different invoices as well as cash discounts. So you have two additional columns, the invoice date and the discount date, so that you can easily see when they need to pay in order to benefit from the cash discount. But the only thing you need to do is use our filter on the overdues, and we will filter out all the different installments that are due. So just like before, select all of them, register your payment, select the payment method, create your payments, and if you're ready to send it to the bank, in one single click, you will create your batch statement. When you validate it, it's ready, out of the box, you can send it to your bank, and all payments are correct. So now that we're done with accounts payable, let's discuss accounts receivable. Because more and more invoicing will become an important topic in the years to come. And that's worldwide. More and more countries will introduce the obligation to exchange invoices with each other. So that's why I'm really thrilled to announce that as from Odoo 17, we are an official PEPL access point. So that means all of our customers can benefit from sending and receiving invoices, bills, and credit notes directly over the platform in real time. But the best part is that it's completely free. There is no additional cost linked to it, and it's completely part of your enterprise license. So let me show you how it works. Open accounting, and first of all, let's start in our customers. Open a random customer, and you will see in the accounting tab that the way you provide your customer invoices is now customer-specific. You can find all the formats over here, so we removed it from the journal in order to make it company-specific. And of course, if you want to use the PEPL platform, you want to know if your customers are already available on the platform. You can easily verify them right over here. So by the way, if we scroll a little bit down, you can see some new information here as well. We now have a DSO directly on the contact form, which gives you some interesting information if you want to raise the credit limit, perhaps. Oh, and the credit limit, by the way, now also contains validated sale orders instead of only the outstanding invoices. So some great new additions over there as well. But let's go back to the PEPL. Because of course, you don't want to change that one by one. We already had the available mass edits everywhere in Odoo, and I'm very glad to tell you that they are also available for the EDI formats. So let me show you how it works. Let's dive into our list view, and I can easily click on the EDI format. So Coca-Cola and Google, for example, well, they are not yet available to send invoices on the platform. Very easy, like this, just select the format in one click, we will automate them everywhere. And if you want to use send invoices over the platform, you want to be sure that they are ready to be sent over PEPL. So also here, some great improvements, because from here, you can directly verify if they're ready on PEPL. In one click, we will check it out for you for all of your customers. So let's continue and see how we can easily send them to your customers. So let's jump back to our dashboard over here. And if you want to send the invoices over PEPL, you first of all have a shortcut over here. Just click over there. You will see all the invoices that are ready to be sent on the platform. But of course, you can still do it like before. Just dive into your journal, apply some filters, like the one for October, perhaps. Select all of them, go to the Send and Print button, and in one click, you can define in what format you want to send them to your customers. So I want to send them over the platform. So in one click, they're sent. But of course, as an entrepreneur, you want to make sure that your customer receives the invoices. So also here, some great improvements, because we have a new PEPL status, so that we get the feedback if the invoice arrived on the platform. So if you go in the dashboard, you can directly fetch the information in order to see the updates over there. So just click over here, and when I go back now to my invoices from October, I can directly see that there's already one arrived on the platform, all the others are pending for the moment, so that it's crystal clear for you if your customer received the invoices. Okay, next up, let's talk about bank statements. And when I think about bank transactions, first of all, I think about bank synchronization. Technically, it was already a game changer before, but for some of our customers, from time to time, it was complicated to understand what they needed to do at what moment. So also here, some great improvements. First of all, you can now define a mail directly on the bank journal in order for us to send you reminders when you need to reactivate the sync, so that you don't have to wait till it's done yet. It's great in companies where the bank owner doesn't have access to Odoo, or for accounting firms that want to invite their customers to do it directly by mail without diving into Odoo. But also in the interface itself, it's now way more clear. When the connection is broken, you can see it directly over here. Just click on it, and we will extend it for an additional period. So let's open some bank transactions. Last year, we completely removed the bank statements. This year, we brought them back somehow, in order to make it very visible in the widget, in order for you to have these control points. So let's create some statements. It's super easy. Just click over here. We create a statement over here, create an additional over there, and a third one over here. So in one click, you can create some bank statements. All the items are directly added to the statement. But you can open it from here, and you can also now print your statements internally. Just print it. We will generate an internally PDF, and we will add it to all your bank transactions so that they are directly available on the items itself, like over here. We printed the PDF, and it's available on all the statements everywhere in your accounting. So by automating that much and automating the synchronization, we wanted to make sure that it's very visible for you if some of the transactions are lost. So let's have a look if you make mistakes. If we go back to the list view and we remove, perhaps, of course, you don't do this on purpose, but it might happen that you delete them. When I delete the statements, it's now very clear in the widget there is a problem. We will point it out that the balance is not correct anymore. So don't worry, because as from now on, at any single moment, you can run and search for missing transactions. If you fetch them, we will find the ones that you deleted because they all have a unique ID. Just select them over here, import them again, and it's completely OK. OK, so last one. Let's talk about closing and reporting. And first of all, when I think about closing, let's talk about reconciliation. We completely removed the old widget and replaced it by a very easy-to-use new screen. So it's grouped by account and by partner, and it gives some new flexibility. For example, you can now reconcile between two different accounts, and Odoo will make sure to automatically create the entry in order to balance it. So let me show you how it works. First of all, let's select DHL. It's a customer, so I want to reconcile the items that are open as a customer, but also as a supplier. Just select them over here and click on Reconcile. Directly, Odoo will calculate what's the difference, and he will ask you to create a write-off in order to automate that entry automatically. If you want to keep the highest amount open, you can also allow partials, and you can reconcile in one click between two different accounts. But we did something way more cooler. You might have seen it already on the screen, but we now have a brand new auto-reconcile feature. And let me show you how powerful it is. So let's open InBev, for example. I have some two unallocated payments over here and some invoices. Well, in one click, I can click over here, launch it, and we will automatically reconcile all corresponding amounts, and we will even point it out in a specific color. But that was too easy. Let's jump back to our items, because we can run the same on the account level as well. So just click over here. Automatically everything is filled in, and in one click, I launched reconciliation over all my accounts, and all my different items are reconciled. This is gonna gain a lot of time for accountants at the closing date. So next up, reporting. It's great to have an amazing accounting system, but if it's complicated to read the output, well, that's a pity. So let's have a look at our reports. First of all, our balance sheet. Basically, all our financial reports have been completely refurbished in order to make it very clear which different sections you have and what are the different subtotals. So it's not only the balance sheet for sure. If I dive into P&L, for example, I have the same. They have all been refurbished. But we have some great additions here as well. First of all, you can see that we have a new filter over here. It's basically all your favorite filters that you can now apply directly on all your financial reports. Let me show you how it works. If you go into your journal item, well, you will see all of your different filters over here. And thanks to the advanced search, you can do some great stuff. Like, for example, I created one without intercompany transactions. So I could easily filter out all my transactions with a partner with a specific label. But because I saved them over here, they are now available on my profit and loss, so I can run them directly from here and obtain all kinds of financial statements without these filters, so without all my intercompany transactions. It's super cool to be used, and I believe that the possibilities are just endless. So let's continue, because I'm not done yet for the reports. We also have another great feature, and it's all about combining different financial reports together. So I create a new closing binder over here, and you can see that within this single report, I have my balance sheet, my profit and loss, a VAT return, and I even have some other reports that are available if I want to include them. And so it is great over here that I can directly export in one click all of my financial reports together, which is going to gain a lot of time at the closing if you want to provide your different stakeholders with different reports, but also for accounting firms that need to provide that to all of their different customers. So next up, multi-company. We have a brand new feature over here. It's all about branch management. Branch management gives you all the flexibility of the multi-company environment, but linked to one single legal entity, so that everything that should be shared is shared, like chart of account, taxes, etc. All of them are shared within the legal entity, but it gives you some great flexibility. Let's have a look at invoicing, for example. If I open my invoices and I group them by company, I can see within my Odoo Belgium company, I have some different branches over here, like the one in Antwerp, which has its own invoice layout. If I go back, I can open the one for the Form 1, for example, which is part of the same legal entity with another invoicing layout. So it's great for different entities within the same legal entity. But of course, that's only one of the advantages. Think about access right across all of your different applications, specifically for one single branch. Or reporting per branch, also here, very powerful, a lot of different possibilities. So last but not least, let's talk about analytic accounting. Last year, we completely redesigned the way we manage analytic accounting in Odoo, and it's super cool. Our users love it because they can define their own analytic dimensions with their own analytic accounts, and they have the flexibility to make it mandatory, optional, or unavailable. But there was one thing missing: create powerful reporting between all of our different dimensions. And that's exactly what we did. Let me show you how it works. If I go and I create a new invoice over here, let's fill in a customer and create a new line. For 1,000 euros, for example. And this time, let's open our analytic distribution for the first time. So you can directly see in the widget that it's completely different. It's not vertical anymore, it's horizontal, so that all different dimensions are linked together. So let's fill in the first one. Let's say that I have, it's for a SaaS platform with a standard plan for the region Europe. I can change the percentage over here, 50%, or I can directly change the amount as well. And the remaining is for, let's say, Odoo.sh, for a custom plan, and it's for the region Americas. So I'm done for my split. I can confirm the invoice, and all the analytic items are created behind the scenes. Now, yeah, thanks, you can applaud. Now let me show you how powerful the reporting is behind. Let's open our new analytic reporting. It's right over here, and first of all, it's grouped by different months. Now, at the left side, you have all your different dimensions available. I want my report, first of all, per region. Then I want it per platform. Then I want it per product. And over here, I want to split it by department. And in one single click, I can create many, many powerful analytic reporting out of the box. Thank you very much. That was it for me. Back to you, Fabien.
Wow, thank you, Winand. So now we have this company, we can sell online, in the store, we have beautiful quotation, we improved our logistic, our operation, our accounting data now are more or less automated. What's next? Now we need to improve the life of the most important thing in our company, our people. And for that, Odoo is also the most advanced suite you can get on the market because we do everything out of the box. From appraisal, document management, recruitment, referral, attendance, fleet, employees management, time off, payroll. We basically cover all your HR operation in one single tool. That in itself is already great, but we did a lot of improvement on all these applications. I won't have time to go through all of them, but let's have a look at a few ones. So let's go, for instance, in the employee application here. And you have the regular Kanban view of employees. And now, on every object of Odoo, could be employee, bill of materials, or whatever, you have the org chart mode. So now you can see the same data in the org chart. And it's very easy to navigate. You just click. I want to check here, and you navigate through the different level of your company to find what you need. You can even say drag and drop. So let's say that Charlene here has been promoted. Now she will work below this Mitchell admin. You just drag and drop, and you rechange the org chart of your company. So you can redesign it. All right, let's go further. Let's click on Tina. And you see here you have a resume and our skill. Now these data are automatically provided through the artificial intelligence engine coming from the resume. So when someone applies, sends a PDF of a resume or LinkedIn link, we get all the skills, all the resume automatically filled in Odoo. Nothing to do. And that is very useful. For instance, in the service industry, when you assign a team to a customer, most of the time the customer asks you to provide the resume of the team. Now you get it in one click. On one person, like her, or multiple person, you choose. You can brand it to your own colors. So let's brand our resume like this. I choose 2 colors. Print. and I get the resume of my employees. And if you select multiple employees, you will get multiple sheets with the resume of the team you will assign to a project. All right. So we have this. We improved a lot of applications. Pretty much every single HR application has been improved. One of the things we did is also to evolve with the market. You know, we have more people working from home now. So if you go to the calendar, you can quickly see who's working from home or not. If you activate it, I did not activate it, you will see, yeah, I could set location. So I could say, okay, today I will work from the office, like this. And here I will work from home, so that my colleague know where I work. And I could say, okay, in my company, I actually work from the office every Tuesday, just like this, and we get visibility on who's where. And it's on. It's not only that, you can also, for instance, for the attendance, so you know we have the attendance where you connect to a machine and you can scan in, scan out for the time recording of your employees. Now the attendance application has been improved so that you can even attend and check in from home if you want. So you can check in here, and when you are done, you check out directly from the desktop, in addition to having a machine at the entrance if you work from home. All right, so we have all these HR applications. We have a few hundred sessions over the next 3 days so that you can discover them all. We improved also, one thing is that we are launching the payroll localization for a few countries: India, Kenya, Mexico, US, Switzerland, Australia, Hong Kong, and Belgium. So in addition to all the HR apps, now you can do the payroll of your employees right from Odoo, from the attendance tracking system, from the sales commission, everything gets in the same place, and then you issue a payroll sheet. All right, so in addition to that, we will release a series of new applications because we improved the experience of your employee, but now we will also improve the experience of your visitors that are coming in your company to meet you. And for that, we are launching a new application, which is a front desk application, where your visitor can register themselves on the front desk with a great experience. When they register, select their host, then we offer something to drink. They say, oh, I'd like a coffee. And then the host, the person they meet, receive a notification in Discuss or through SMS. Your visitor is there, and someone receives the notification to bring the coffee. So the whole experience of your clients in the front desk is improved with this new application. We also have a new application to manage the meeting rooms. So you can put tablets on your meeting rooms, and people can schedule a meeting or go inside if it's available, right from the tablet or from the backend where you have access to the calendar of every meeting rooms for when your company grows. So as a summary, we have a series of new apps: the shop floor application, the kitchen display or preparation display for regular shops, the kiosk for the restaurant, the WhatsApp connector, front desk, meeting rooms, and the to-do application. And all these apps can be customized very easily. We have made a lot of improvement in Odoo Studio 2. I showed you already the automated actions, but we also have a better workflow editor, buttons editor, Kanban view actions, email template designer, a new report designer. You can now have webhooks. So Odoo, when you do specific action, Odoo will send the signal to another software, sending or receiving. Like you do something in GitHub, and the task is updated automatically in Odoo. And you can also build custom page controllers from the application. All right. And now for more technical explanation, I will invite Anthony Le Suisse, our CTO, on the stage to tell us about some of the things about the framework.
Okay. Trying to get connected. Yes. So let's talk about performance. Still waiting for my slide to load. It's not the performance of Odoo, that's the performance of Google Slides. OK. I think it loads up. Yeah. Quoi? Non, c'est bon, c'est bon. OK. Voilà. Finally. So, performance really matters because every time you click on a software, you use it on a daily basis, you do lots of operation. This performance makes the difference between a software that seems slow and bloated and a software that looks snappy and quick. And this year at Odoo, we had the opportunity to refactor and clean up a lot of the code in the client of Odoo. The client is what's running inside of the browser. The reason is that we completely phased out our old framework, widget framework, to convert everything to all, so that we had the opportunity to, at the same time, reduce our code base. So with all the new features that Fabien presented you this morning, if you install everything, the code base that's running in the browser actually is reduced. We reduce it from around 20 to 30%. So the code base is now around like 8 megabytes. And if you just take a simpler database, one with sales and accounting, the code footprint is even less. It's around 40% less. And it's around something like 4 megabytes. So in total, let's say 5 megabytes. But those are nice numbers, and they look like nice on the slides. But what do they really mean? What's 5 megabytes? So let's compare it with something that everybody knows, Twitter. So when you follow a link on Twitter, and you go on the page to display the tweet, Twitter is actually using a code base of 8 megabytes just to display you one tweet. And if you compare it to Odoo, so we have all the web client running with all the view, everything in 5 megabytes. And the result of that, the reason why it's good to have less code is that the browser has less to parse and process, and stuff goes quicker. So here, if we compare the startup time, so the time it takes for Odoo to load the app switcher screen, you know, the first screen of Odoo, we reduce it by around 50%. And I have a small video to show you the difference. It's quite dramatic. OK. Here is the video. That's version 16, where I just reload the home screen, 2 seconds. And here, that's Odoo 17. So it's very quick. Another thing that we change is the way, it's on the server side, is the way Odoo communicates with the browser. So we introduce a new API so that the browser is able to fetch the data in less round trip. So before, Odoo had to do multiple round trip to display, for example, a form view or a Kanban view. Now, it can load almost all the data in one round trip. So instead of doing 7 HTTP requests between the browser and the client to load a sales order, for example, now we only do 3. And this has also a very big improvement in the time it takes to load stuff. So here, I have another video where I show you the loading of a sales order. So we go on a sales order screen, and we just reload it in version 17 and in version 16. So I reload in version 17, 3 seconds. And here in version 7, the new version. And you can see that somebody is celebrating the new speed of Odoo. Another thing that we did is to scale up. Scale up mostly the number of users that we can support on the system. We frequently now have deployment with up to 5,000 users. Odoo itself, we are reaching 4,000 employees, so we have 4,000 people using the system. But the idea is to get to the next level and to scale that tenfold. So how do we accomplish this? If you take Odoo itself, the Odoo server, it's already very scalable. We did a change in version 6 to make Odoo fully stateless. So by doing that, you can spawn as many servers as you want, and they can work in parallel. So the change was done in version 6. That's 11 years ago, so it makes me feel old. But what was remaining is still the database. The database is the bottleneck. All those servers, they connect to the same database. So the idea to increase tenfold is the following. Most of the time, you just want to read stuff, not update them. So the idea is that you can set up read-only replica of your main database. And when Odoo knows that it has only to read stuff, and if we assume that 90% of the time you read stuff, you don't update them, then you can query the replica instead of the main database. So we expect to scale from 5,000 to 50,000 users by doing this method. The code is already available, but we first want to deploy it on Odoo.com to battle test it before we advise other people to deploy it. And we will do that next year. One final word on Odoo.sh. So it's a bit a shame because Fabien asked me to be very quick, so I will go very quickly about Odoo.sh. So first, the new feature. There are some new features on Odoo.sh. So we now have direct Postgres access for dedicated server. We have a longer LTS support, 5 years. We have new geographical zones and a new performance monitoring tool that we'll show you after. And we also integrate with the upgrade platforms. That's the new stuff. But I want to get back to the basics of what's the value proposition of Odoo.sh. And for that, let's take the life cycle of a task. So it can be a new feature on an integration project with Odoo. It can be just a bug fix. So what will happen is that we will assign it to a developer. The developer will develop the task. And once it's ready, we want to test it, make sure it integrates well with the rest of the project, and then deploy it. So that's the 3 main steps. So let's look at how Odoo.sh can help along those steps. So that's the main screen of Odoo.sh, where you can see here on the right all the tasks that are in development, the ones that are already in staging, and the production. When you use Odoo.sh, of course, you can have SSH access. You can also use the web terminal to type command and work on the command line. You have also a built-in web editor if you want to work online. And when you do a commit, what does happen? We spawn what we call a development server. But what is a development server? A development server is an environment where, first, when we spawn it, it will run thousands of tests to make sure that the development that you are doing is not breaking other stuff. Then, once the tests are passed, even if it's not passed, we spawn a full environment with everything running. And this environment is accessible from the internet. So it means that your customer or the project manager or the business analyst can connect and check the development. It's a full environment with a fake email server so that you can check also the email without sending something on the internet. And here you can see the screen with the test results. So once the development is ready and validated, we move to the next step, the staging phase. The staging phase is a bit different because we take all the data that are available in production, we make a copy of them, and then we neutralize it because, of course, when we do the staging phase, we don't want to send email to the customer or tax return to the government, so we have to disable those features. And it's also accessible from the internet, so it means that the customer or the project manager or anybody can access the server and test and check if everything is running using the real data. And once this step is done, you can go to the next step. Small details. When you are running on the staging platform, we always show a ribbon to explain that this is the staging database and it's neutralized. It's a small detail, but it's important to avoid mistakes. And once it's accepted, we can apply the change from staging to production. And if it's a change that requires an upgrade, so if you change the data model, for example, you can apply local script. And if it's a change, you can also use this methodology when you want to upgrade from a major version of Odoo to the next one. Let's say going from 16 to 17. So Odoo.sh integrates directly with the upgrade platform of Odoo. So it will send to the upgrade platform of Odoo and get the result, and then apply locally your change. And there is a UI to do that helps you to locate the issue that can arise when you do the upgrade and fix them. Now let's zoom into what is actually a production environment on Odoo.sh. It's actually quite complicated because it's the Odoo server, of course, using the main server of Odoo, a J-event running version for discuss application. You have a database, a file store. Those are replicated so that you never lose any data. And then you have a well-configured DNS server. You have a well-configured HTTP server with SSL enabled. And then you have a well-configured email server that can be painful to configure. And you have also backups. Those backups are done daily, weekly, monthly, and are spread among 3 different zones in the world, so that even in case of nuclear war, you might be able to recover your data. And then you have also a monitoring platform. And the monitoring platform allows you to monitor the daily activities of your deployment. But also there is a new tool to debug performance issue, bottlenecks. So you can record for a small time what's happening in your server, and you see the stack trace, and it allows you to find, locate, and remove the bottlenecks. I don't have time to show it to you because Fabien asked me to get real quick, but you can go to another presentation to see it in action. So to summarize it, with Odoo.sh, your development workflow as a project manager, as a business analyst, and as a developer is very smooth and easy to deploy. Thank you.
Thanks, Anthony. That was quick.
That's what you asked.
We still have a lot of things to see today. So over the next 3 days, we'll have 350 sessions, 2 great parties during this evening with good band. Tonight it's going to be Colt and Cookies and Cream. Today's focus is a lot about accounting, developer session, manufacturing. We have also a developer zone and exhibition area with partners. Developer zone, you can meet all your developers of the R&D to talk about your issue or ideas. And we also have consultants and product owners that are available if you want to check any feature of Odoo. And before we move on, I have to say one more thing. Small teaser for tomorrow. There is much more than what we showed you today. The two main features are yet to be announced, and they will be announced tomorrow during the keynote. There are two massive features, the ones that will have the most impact for Odoo. It's going to be tomorrow at 9 a.m. Waiting for that, enjoy the event. I ask you all to go out, choose the conference you want to see, and then you can come back.